Hi, this is Dean. Today's the end of January, just about a few more days of January, and then we're out into the next month. We're at 1/4/19. We've been doing a lot of good work with DCarsonCPA lines. As some of you may know, it's almost 10 years of research put into lines. Our opportunity to work with the lines of what we've established as entity, policy, and community lines, thinking about the ways that financials connect with decision-making for the needs of industry, nonprofits, and government, and teamwork, supporting stakeholders being communities and individuals, and within that, of course, shareholders, beneficial owners, and the accountable parties for entities. So the great big ball of wax that is what's going on in the economy and financials. Our goal in setting up the lines was to help in the broader economy. There's huge challenges in the debt and deficit, and to get to those challenges, we think there's a fundamental disconnect between economics, policy, law, and the way that that interacts with accounting. The problem is non-continuous accounting, fractured accounting is one level, that meaning that we have different points where there's before a bill is issued, before a bill is issued into a law, they'll score the bill, then they'll run it out. And there are some different ways that things are looked at. There are some points pre and post scoring, but it's not continuous scoring. So in order to find the place that we spend the best value we can to help people, and the two examples I like to use, if we're trying to feed the hungry, if we're trying to house the homeless, what we want to do is make sure that we're sponsoring plans optimally to meet most beneficiaries. The same thing's happening in education, health, and other sectors. What you really need to be able to do is work with the inputs to meet the outputs, subject to the constraints of unlimited wants and needs and relatively scarce resources, the economic constant. A lot of that flows through the lines. What we had inspired us to help out in the debt and deficit challenges are things that are happening on federal levels, they're happening on national state levels, and then there's the underlying of industry, and industry going through cyclical patterns in the economy and financials. We're growing our way to economist, analyst, and legal lines, and it takes money, it takes time, it takes support, it takes stakeholders to interact with us, but the knowledge is in place. And so there's a very good chapter for us because we've spent time studying economics, statistics, financials, legal, and tech, and we're at this point moving into an area which is more about focusing in on the technology lines, a little bit to the cyber and the security lines, and working on actuarial lines as well, because there's a common ground between actuarial science, statistics, data science. And from our own ground, we've got 3 rounds into statistics, being undergraduate statistics, being CPA path statistics, being CFA prep statistics. So actuarial will be the 4th round into statistics, and all that's just relevant to data science. And beyond that, there was the opportunity we had, which was a great opportunity to follow with the Year of Global Statistics. That for us was an opportunity to think about statistics at play everywhere in the economy, in trade, in commerce, in the lines of excellence and continual improvements, which is our base back to cost accounting, and then a line to help overall in the economy and financials. It's kind of a quick run through of a lot of details. I'm trying to keep it simple, but I'm trying to have some engaging lines, set them up, and I'm thinking about launching some lines to help people find their way. Some of the economist path, the skills that we've built on awareness, help on labor and demographics, and as long as we're working on the HR task force line, which for us is about the technology that's been put in place that increases the cost of finding good talent to your organization, that increases the obstacles to domestic STEM to find their pathway, and then after we've brought domestic STEM to the lines, it's sweeping the lines to find STEM in any capacity. So allied STEM, which is another point of it, is something that we want to help get in the pipeline, and we've been working on cross-pollination lines to think about US-UK, US to global and Commonwealth, and US-France, US-Spain, different points in teamwork. And all of these things can work better if we first get the line to making sure that domestic STEM is ramped up and helped, and then the other things are constantly in motion, where cross-pollination of ideas, thinking about how we do things. We're full of a world of people, and all of us have been put here in our different ways because we bring different skills and different values to teamwork. If you can understand that probably the greatest thing, the greatest asset we have is diversity and the ability, having grown in the state lines, having grown with the diversity of New York, and having grown with the diversities of the states themselves, the melting pot, we find a way to work across lines to different points and to get the teamwork going. And that appreciation of different people with different talents, with different skills cutting across race, gender, age, relative wealth or relative lack of wealth. It's all value added in that can help on problem solving, and it's a key to the way we're able to grow the DCarsonCPA lines to bring a lot of knowledge. And really what we've shared there is just the tip of what we can do to help on teamwork, and that's by design to let you know that we're there, we're in place, we can help. And unfortunately, it's a longer discussion because we still need to ramp up and get the paper for the MA in economics economics, which backs with the statistics, and for the JD in law. That can happen in any event. The skills with the economic and legal research are firmly in place, so we've already done that backup work. And so when we get to the paper and titling, yes, there's models we've got to work with, and there's some additional advanced steps that we look forward to. In law, there's the theory of law and putting it together, but we can help in legal assistant lines until that comes to gel in that line. And with that is the full lines of legal research to help on tax, to help in regulatory, to help in governance compliance, to help on litigation enforcement, to help in forensics discovery, to help in security, and other needs that may be relevant. I'm Dean Carson. This is about the DCarsonCPA lines, which have now become DCarsonCPA NET or consolidated views. You can just go there, get the read. GRL STEM to help in project management, business analysis, and technology pathways. We're working on engineering very actively. And then to the point where the two come together, and between the project management, business analyst skills, and the financials and tech, we can get some good, strong teamwork to back you up on your needs, where you stand in the economy and financials. And Dean Carson, we're here to help. Thank you.